Space just went through an update, by the way, and in this update, you can put your text. It doesn't come up as a separate box. It types right onto Design Space, kind of like Microsoft Word does, which is really, really good because when the text box would be flipping around, it would mess up and kind of throw your spacing off. So I'm glad that they fixed that. All right, so what we're going to put in the search box is monogrammed envelope. And it should be the first one to come up. So this one here in the corner, monogrammed envelope. All right, I already went through our material. So what we're going to do is press customize. Okay. So when we are customizing this, essentially what that means is we get to start from the very beginning. We get to make this thing that's pre-made for us and put our spin on it so that way we can make it our own. What I like about this project is that the envelope is already set up. I'm going to show you how to resize this though, because right now it's for a 5x7. And because I used pictures like something like this. This was a Make With Me Monday project we did a couple weeks ago, but this is a 4x7 size. And this is a little bit, this is perfect for me. 5x7 just seemed like too large. So I went with 4x6. But if you like 5x7, you can keep that too. It's totally up to you. All right, so we've got our envelope, but I don't really care for this monogram here. It's not really the vibe I'm going for, and it gives too much spring. I wanted something a little bit more in line with my, 5x7 is huge. I wanted something a little bit more in line with my theme, which was lemonade, lemons, lavenders, purples, that kind of thing. So I'm actually going to delete that entire thing. Okay, these dotted lines, by the way, are score lines, and that's what our score lines will cut. We need an envelope liner though. So we have two options. We can keep this envelope as is, or we can go and get another one. If you are a Cricut Design Space member, if you're a Cricut Access member, then you have access to any sort of SVGs, especially ones with plain shapes like envelopes, boxes, little bags, things like that. They already come with your Access membership. So if you want to go and get another design, these that are 99¢, even though you're an Access member, it's still going to cost you. So I always like to pick the ones that say free because I don't want to pay any extra than absolutely necessary. So they have all these options of envelopes, some that already come with the cutouts, lots of different things that you can choose. But I just want one with an envelope liner. So I think I'm going to go with this pink one. And this image code is M31E26. So that says clutch. So it'll look like a clutch type of purse, which means for this SVG, you could turn it into a purse too, if you so choose. This other one up here looks pretty good too. But I can't tell if they have liners in them or not. But the title of this one is Envelope M4131B. And something else you can always go with is if you choose View Image Sets, it'll give you lots of options too. So don't just think it is what you see. There's lots of stuff hidden in the menus. So I'm going to click Add to Canvas, and both of them are going to come up. And I'm hoping one of them has an envelope liner in it to save us some time. I don't think they do, though. They don't. So I need an envelope liner. So maybe when I search images, we can go from there. Oh, and something really great about Make With Me Monday, y'all, is that I make this from scratch right along with you. Like, I don't pre-make the, look at me typing in Make With Me Monday. I don't make the projects ahead of time. Not for like show. I used to do it to practice, but I like to be a little bit more authentic with y'all. So we're going through the same exact thing. All right, so I just typed in envelope liner and it gave me lots of options. So you can pick whichever one looks good. Ooh, I kind of like this one. I think this looks good. I'm going to go with this envelope liner here. This one that opens up. I think that'll be really nice with the lemons. So I get to showcase my, my paper a little bit more. I think this one's going to work. But again, you have tons and tons of other options. You can go with whatever you choose. But I want to go with that one. So we are going to add this. The the file number for this one, is, okay, sure. Looking at that. Oh, I saw this earlier. You can always right click and go to image info and it should show you right here. So this one is M99BBDA. All right, so I've got my envelope. I can get rid of this now. And the way that I'm going to size this is I'm gonna grab this square, just this square, and you see how this is at 100%, my zoom is, and the size of this is 1.89 by 1.4, but we want 4 by 6, right? Which means this is way too small. So how we're gonna resize this is we're gonna go over to shapes, grab a square, and we're gonna put in our own dimensions by unlocking it with this lock button and typing 4 for the width and 6 for, well, actually, I'm gonna do it backwards. This will be 6 for the width and 4 for the height. And now I've just created a 4 by 6. Now, the reason that's important is because I'm going to resize this. I'm gonna resize my envelope. I wanna change this color so it sticks out nice and bright. And I want to resize this envelope so that the corners fit inside of this square. And this may or may not fit. So we're gonna have to play around with this, y'all. So I want my red square in here so that I know everything fits. Okay, so this looks like it's gonna be a square envelope instead of a 4 by 6, which is cool. So let me try to see what the dimensions of this are. It looks like 4 by 4 maybe. A little too small. 4 by 5. That's an awkward, that's a little bit of an awkward size, but I guess you're DIYing your wedding, so you can do whatever you want to do. Hey, Miss Mary, it has been a long time. I am doing really well. Marriage is going great. We booked our honeymoon. We are in the honeymoon phase, I think. Hopefully staying there forever, and it's been really, really solid. So thanks for asking, girl. Appreciate you. All right, so we're just gonna go with this. Now my gray envelope size is 9.5 by, what is this? 9.5 by 10, which means it'll fit on my 8.5 by 11 sheet. So I think we are good to go there. I think 8.5 by 11, maybe not. We just gonna roll the dice, y'all. Like I said, we create this all together, so we gonna have to see. But again, you can always resize this thing to make it work. So let's make this 8 inches. There we go. Yay. Yeah, we're gonna hope that works out, right? Yeah, let's go with it. Sure. And if it doesn't work, don't be afraid to try new things. Okay, so I got this. Now we got to make our actual monogram. Again, I'm going with the lemon ordeal. So what I want on this envelope, so this part is going to fold down and be the back. So we're actually going to need to ungroup this stuff. And we're going to need to move these two things out of the way. So I just want, this is my liner. I'm going to color it yellow so that way we know what's what. I'm going to make it yellow. And I'm going to make that part yellow too. So I can remember what piece goes where. And then this envelope is going to be this minty kind of blue sea foam color. So we're going to go with this. And that's hella bright. So let's try something else like, yeah, this is a little bit closer for me. All right, cool. So now we got everything we need. Now let's actually make our monogram. So the first thing we're going to do is go back to images. And I want like a circular kind of thing because my monogram is, my envelope is like a V shape. So we're going to type in a wreath actually. Wreaths make really good monogram enclosures. For instance, something like this is really cute. Even though it's a wreath, you can just slap your letter in there, your new last name letter in there and be done. Wreaths also work really well for holiday invitations. So this one with the hollies, this could be for Christmas. This one could be for Happy New Year or anything dealing with Thanksgiving. Maybe they're cranberries. Like you can make it work for whatever kind of theme you're going for. And you can also go for plain ones like just regular old leaves. I actually like this one a lot. But this is what the paper looks like, by the way. This is the liner paper we're going to be using. And I'm looking for something with these details in it. And I actually think this one would be a good one too. Yeah, maybe better than that one. Okay, and once you find a couple that you like, just go test and see. Ooh, this one's cute with the hearts on it. Yeah, I think we'll go with what we got. All right, so I'm going to add those two to canvas. Try to pick like maybe 3 three options that you really like, because you can spend forever in Cricut Access. Like, it's like Pinterest, and you can go down a rabbit hole quick. So I would say keep it to like one or two, maybe three top options, and then keep it moving. Doesn't that purple look really good? I'm real excited about this, y'all. All right, so we're at 100%, so I can see what's going on. And then I need to resize this wreath, obviously, because it's way, way, way too big for what we're doing. So that actually looks really nice. Okay. And then you can test this out too to see if you really like that one. So it looks like it's about 2 inches. And then I'm just going to slide it over to see what's happening. Now that one's a little bit busier, which I think is not what I want since my liner is already busy. So I don't think I want to do that one. I think I'm going to keep this more simple one. All right, so we got our circle. And now we actually need our monogram letter. So my name changed from Kearney to Rogers. So I'm going to use the letter R. And you can pick whatever text that you like. Usually something scripty will work. And again, if you're a Cricut Access member, you can have a lot more choices for fonts. You can filter it to be single layer or something that's writing. I like the writing ones because they usually come out skinnier. So I would maybe suggest that. But again, they have each letter for you so you can see what looks good and what doesn't. And actually, this might be cute without a monogram. So I'm going to pick that for now because I want to see what it looks like without the wreath around it. So if you have, again, good options to text, then, oh, see? This is the update, by the way. There used to be like a big box that popped up where you would have to type, but now you just type right onto Design Space. So I think this is nice and simple. Can you see that on an envelope, right? Like really basic, especially if you're going for like a minimalist kind of look. So, but I don't like it for what we're doing. I need something a little bit more, I don't know, zhuzhed, I guess. A little less simple. So let's go with, I want something with like a little, maybe Thankful Season looks good. Let's go with Thankful Season. And I'm going to put an R in there, and hopefully it's giving what I want it to give. The fonts are another black hole, y'all. You can get real caught up in fonts. So careful. So I should have an idea of what you kind of want everything to look like. I don't mind this, but I'm going to change it to just regular and see if that works better. I don't hate it. I probably wanted it a little bit bigger, though. Yeah. And then this would be, let's make it a yellow. Let me see what this looks like yellow too. Ooh, that kind of pops actually. I think I like that. I think that was good. Let me try both of them with purple. Y'all know we got to test out the different options, see which one we like best. Like I'm about to send this out to somebody, right? Like I'm about to send this out knowing it's about to find someplace in a drawer to live. I got to figure out what to do with these projects, y'all. I really think I want to give them away every week, like for real. All right, purple or yellow? Which one do you guys like better? I'm down to go with whichever route you choose. Purple or yellow? Purple or yellow? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you guys have any questions, you can use the question button and I will answer you and tell you all the things that I know. I kind of like the yellow. I think. Now I'm going to be printing this. This is going to be a sticker, remember? So I think yellow might be the way to go. All right, let's go with yellow. I feel like yellow is an underrated color. Even though my favorite color is purple, I say let's go with yellow. Okay, so we're going to change these both to yellow. And then here's the thing. I need to make this a sticker. So what I'm going to do is pull both of them off to the side so I can see. And then I want to align everything in the center and then flatten it. And basically what that does is flattening it tells Cricut, I want this to come out exactly as you see it. Before, it was 2 separate layers, so Cricut would read it as 2 separate layers. But that is not what we want because we want to be able to cut this thing out. The next thing we need to do is actually create a sticker around it. So right now, Cricut will cut in between each of these little leaves And that is not what we're going to want, because it might chop off a leaf. It might, get a little crazy. So we want to actually create an offset. I like the thickness of 0.15. I think it's the perfect thickness for pretty much everything. So I usually start right there. The default is 0.25, which I think is just a little bit large in my opinion. So I don't like to go with that. So once I pick 1.25, this green bar means that it's working. It's trying to figure out exactly what we need to do. And this may actually need to be unflattened first and welded instead, but we are going to see how it comes out. While this is working, I'm going to go ahead and cut on my Cricut machine, and I am going to get myself together, because after we make our sticker, we are going to need to cut and print. All right, so you see this blue outline in the back? That's the offset. So when I press apply, I can see exactly what just happened. So if I print my sticker like this, Cricut is going to cut all this white space out. All of that white space is going to go. That is not what we want. We want this to be one solid image where the knife cuts around this black piece and gives us a little bit more space. This actually might be too thick, so I'm going to delete that offset, and I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to make it 0.05 this time. Because again, I do want an outline, but I don't want it so thick that you lose the shape of your sticker. I think it takes away a little bit of detail when that happens, so I try not to let that go. So 0.5, 0.05 is much, much smaller, much smaller. See the difference? But I still want this to be one sticker. So I'm going to choose this black offset, go to print and cut. You want to change that to basic. And then we are going to click the contour button, and I'm going to fill in all these gaps. All the gaps that pop up, I'm going to fill them in. I'm going to do that super, super quickly by pressing hide all contours. The only thing that's going to be left is the background. So once I exit off of this, everything purple, let me make it black so we can see what's going on. Y'all see how the gaps are filled in now? Now, again, we're talking directly to Cricut. But again, the Cricut is going to print what it sees. And right now it sees this big black circle. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If you, for instance, if we want to make this circle that lavender color, something like that, then it will print exactly like that. It will literally print my sticker to look like this, which means I can just slap it on there and that would come out like that. So if you want that, you go for that. I think that's a lot going on. I think it pops a little bit too much for my liking, but if you want something nice and bold, like a nice black outline with white letters, or you want to fit the theme of your wedding, you do that. I'm just here to give you ideas and to show you the process and the concepts, and you can take it and make it your own. I don't want that though. I just want a nice big yellow R. So I'm going to turn this white, and then I'm going to flatten both pieces. And what I just told my Cricut to do is print my sticker like this with a black, and actually I'm using clear sticker paper, so everything that's white is actually going to be transparent. So I just told Cricut, cut everything on the outside of this. Don't come up in here with my R, just cut everything on the outside and leave everything else alone. All right, so we got our monogram sticker. And what we're going to do, and this is a hack I love to use, is we're going to need to flip this upside down. So we're going to flip this vertically, because again, this is going to fold down. So what we're looking at is actually going to end up like this. So hopefully that makes sense how I'm explaining it. But this is going to fold, like an envelope, which means this is going to be what people see when I fold it down. And when I fold it down, I want my R to be regular R. So I want it to come out like that, regular R. So in order to get that to happen, I actually need to flip this way. The reason this is important is because I'm going to copy and paste. I just did Command C, Command V just then. I'm going to move this and then turn this into a score line, which means I have to unflatten it first. So I'm going to unflatten it. I'm going to delete the R, the yellow R, delete that. Take this white piece and turn it into a score. And the reason I'm doing that is so when I get ready to place my sticker down, I'll know exactly where it should go so that it looks even and spaced out and, nothing crazy is happening. And I actually forgot to center this thing before I did that. So let me do that now. I want to center everything horizontally. See how it slid a little bit? And that's where I want things to go. I can move my sticker out of the way. Let me put it over here. And I want to attach, oops, let me undo that. Get back where you were going. I want to attach my new score line to my envelope. And I'll just come over here and click attach. Now, people, we are ready to cut and go. So I am going to send this to the front. This is print and cut. This is the only thing print and cut. I don't need this wreath, so I'm going to delete that. This is my liner with a score line. This is my regular. Everything's good. Everything's good. Okay, let's get her done. So I'm going to click make it.